Looking forward to this year's trip to Barter Faire, so I'm packing up my watercolor kit for a bit of plein air painting. It was Friday afternoon, and I had an uneasy feeling as we headed north on 97 from Ellensburg, Washington. My 94 Ford van was having a few issues, and that interior voice in my head was saying something, but I wasn't listening. After 4 hours of driving up the Columbia, past small towns and fall colors, we pulled up the steep dirt hill and into the Barter Faire.
Hi, how you doing?
A colorful mishmash of 10,000 folks, young and old, no cell phones and no internet. Just as I was entering, a cloud of steam poured out of the front of my van, coolant all over the ground, temperature gauge pegged, and engine overheating. And you could see right in there that the water pump had seized up or twisted or did something, and then the fan, one of the edges of the blades of the fan turned under itself and then like scraped all the inside of the radiator, 1/4 inch deep, with just shards of aluminum in there, and we needed new radiators. I slowly limped the van over to our camp, and it was great to be at the fair. That evening, Anne shared an amazing meal, and we must have played 100 songs around the fire. Late night conversation, solving all the world's problems. But in the back of my mind, I was worried about my broken down van and how the heck I was going to get home. The next day, Saturday, wandering around the fair, my friend Sam Brown was lucky to find a mobile mechanic, Sam Dodson. Those of us who live in larger towns and cities are used to our phones working and being able to get things quickly. That wasn't the case here. As the fair was packing up on Sunday, we towed the van on a chain behind the mechanic's pickup truck over Wakanda Pass to the little mining town of Republic. So, I am in Republic. Here's the drive shaft van. Parts had to come in from Spokane, so I hunkered down in a nice motel called the Northern Inn. On Monday, we got the parts ordered, but on Tuesday, we found out the parts were delayed another day. Walking around town, down a little side street, I found a scene to paint. So there's these little clusters of orange, these hawthorn, and the berries are clustered in bright orange, but they're in the shadows. And then that tall tree off in the back there, that's going to be pretty shadowed. Give myself a note here. Back in the motel room, I had some time to kill, so I worked on these little color studies while I was waiting. It's in the middle of hunting season, so I'm hearing gunshots all over the place, and I don't have a orange cap or vest or anything, so probably doesn't make a lot of sense to go wandering off through the woods someplace. Oh, I hear something right there. On Wednesday morning, I wandered around Republic a bit and found another good place to sketch while waiting for the parts. parts aren't coming in till 1:30, then he's got to drive back here, then probably 3 hours to change the radiator, put the new water pump in, and then it's going to be dark by then. So I don't want to be just heading back over Wakanda Pass, heading towards Tonasket in the middle of the night with a car that I don't trust. That afternoon, with the new parts in hand and tools out of the back of his truck, Sam Dotson, the mechanic, got the new water pump and radiator in. But it was already getting dark, so I pulled the van over to the motel and stayed another night. I headed out Thursday morning after coffee, heading off to Tonasket. The heat is just where it should be. I could see where the thermostat opened up and it went back down. And we're just rolling along. West on 20, then south on 97 along the Columbia, past Wenatchee and over Blewett Pass, where last summer's wildfires had burned the pine forest down to the nubs. Yeah, there's a big hill. I can smell it. Really all burned out up here. I made it home to Ellensburg late afternoon. A trip that was supposed to take 3 days took 7. Oh, it's so good to get back to my own studio space. Let's take a look at these little field sketches that I did. Really color studies. This second one that I did, it's got this little road going down these old buildings. I could make that into a larger painting, maybe. We'll see. It's always fun to bring them back and after a couple of days to look at them and then do a few corrections or finish them up, do the details. This one I think I'll work on those shadows and a little bit on the hawthorn berries. These field sketches always remind me of the places I've been and the adventures I've had. Even though this year's Barter Faire trip took a little sideways turn, I persevered and got to hang with my friends and even got a couple of nice little paintings out of it. Take care. See you next time. Hi, I'm Sam Albright. If you like these videos made by me and a small group of friends, please subscribe. These short documentaries are about the creative process of real people making art and music.